front of me. Why am I going to worry about it when I have a proven track record of 30 years that I've overcome every single thing that I've ever experienced? And how old are you? 28. Yeah, for 28 years, you have a 28-year track record of overcoming every single thing that you've ever experienced. And you survived it. In moments when you were like, how the fuck am I going to get past this?
There's been sometimes I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
All right, guys, we got Mo back on the show. You might have remembered him. One of my earliest guests, I think, one of my first 25. How's it going, man?
Good, man. Good to be back.
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
It has
You're
been.
in a whole new industry now.
Totally different.
Yeah, I think the first time you came on, it was solar.
Yeah, it was right after I sold the last company.
Nice. So what? Talk to me about that transition from solar to this.
Yeah, we're still like a sales brokerage. That's what the previous organization was, but we're now just doing it a whole lot bigger than what we did before. And, one of the cool things is that when you do something a second time around, when you're building business second time, you've got reference points that you can look back to. And you've had previous businesses. Yeah. And so what mistakes that you made prior. So our growth trajectory where we're at right now is just significantly better than anything that I had done historically. I mean, and quite frankly, we are already, we've been in business for 7 months now selling Medicare. We're already about 3 times more valuable than what my last company was 3 years into the business.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
just from a valuation standpoint.
Is that because it's less door to door and more on phone calls?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the scalability, it's the size of the market, and really one of the biggest things is the monthly recurring revenue.
Right.
And that's what creates a lot of value. When you look at businesses that want to sell, you want to think about things that create consistent income. That's why Netflix is so valuable. Amazon, they got Amazon Prime, right? People pay monthly fees to be able to be on the program. That creates a lot of security for investors. And solar was a one-time commission. So you're reliant on salespeople. If you lose your sales team, you lose all of your revenue.
Right.
So this model, we have a monthly recurring revenue model. So it's not dependent on the salespeople. It's dependent on the book that you actually build.
Yeah.
So we're far more valuable just from a valuation standpoint.
Interesting. And the offer you're pitching, Medicare, that's been around for a bit, right?
It's been around, for quite some time.
So was it very saturated when you entered the market?
No, not at all.
Really?
There are currently about 71 million Americans on Medicare. Because when you turn 65 in America, so long as you've lived in America for 10 years and paid taxes for 10 years, when you turn 65, you become automatically eligible or enrolled into Medicare. Okay. So you have to have it. It's a product that the government, it's federally funded through taxpayer money. Then when you turn 65, you basically get eligibility for it. So there's 71 or so million Americans on Medicare today and about 15,000 turning 65 every single day. So our market size is much bigger, and there aren't enough people out there that can actually service the demand of individuals that are on the product.
Wow. So the strategy is to find people that qualify, then close them, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, anyone who's 65 and older qualifies.
Got it. And 15,000 people a day turn 65.
Yeah, and it's only getting bigger because right now, the boomer generation is starting to get older. And so that number only goes up every single year.
Interesting. Wow, what a unique thing to get into. How did you even come across this?
So after I sold the last company, I had probably a 2-year hiatus before I launched.
Sabbatical?
Yeah, a little retirement. 27 years old, retired.
You pondered the meaning of life, I bet.
Yeah, I did. Look, what I found was really cool is everyone talks about, they have this dream of, I'm going to get some, big paycheck one day and eventually go and just hang out on the beach and relax. And I'll tell you that lull of non-production was probably some of the lowest points of my life.
Wow.
Production is really the basis of morale. And so if you're not producing, and when you have potential, you're an individual that has potential. I'm an individual that has potential. When you're somebody that has potential, you have to go out and you have to create impact. And when you're not doing that, you actually start to introvert and you start to shrink in what you can actually go and accomplish. And so that period of time, that 2 years, the first couple months, it was okay, cool, this is fun. But I took too long in terms of actually getting back into it. And then I started to get really depressed, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Wow.
I've got more money than I've ever had before. I'm financially free. I got the real estate. I got the assets. I got the cars. I got the watches. I got all that. I'm like, why the fuck am I so unhappy? And it wasn't until I realized that getting back into production, helping create impact, improving people's lives, creating opportunities for others, that's when I was like, okay, cool. This is actually what makes me happy, which is a really great realization that it's not, and it's kind of cliche. You hear the thing, right? It's not about the destination. It's the journey.
Yeah.
It's until you actually experience it, you may not think it's actually legit, but it is very, very legit that the chase is far more fun than acquiring the thing that you're chasing.
100%. It's not even close.
Not even close.
Yeah, I've been similar. I didn't make as much as you, but I had a decent like stack of cash.
Mhm.
I had like 10 mil, and most depressed I've ever been.
Yeah.
Like not even like sleeping 12 hours a day, no one to text, no one to talk to.
Did you just like stop working after you got that?
Yeah, it was during COVID.
Yeah.
And so that made it even worse because I couldn't
Yeah.
see anyone. But dude, yeah, money does not fix the problems you're dealing with at all.
Mm-mm.
You know?
And you think it does. You think it does. Like, and it does solve some problems, like for sure. But there are things like from a spiritual level on like expansion and impact that like money doesn't solve. Money's just a physical thing, but like you going out and helping other people and delivering impact is really more like a spiritual thing.
Yeah. Like when I'm filming, I get fired up.
Yeah.
Like that's the most like fulfilled I am, you know?
Yeah. Well, dude, you couldn't shoot, as much as you shoot if you weren't fulfilled.
Right.
Right? Like, dude, the production that you put out and how much content and how much effort, like if you didn't find purpose and excitement about that, I mean, I don't think that like some people can like thug it out and push through it, but for the quantity of volume that you're putting out, dude, if you weren't excited about it, I don't think that you'd be able to push
Exactly,
through this capacity for this long at least.
Yeah, the longevity of it without any burnout too.
No.
Yeah. Because dude, I get to talk to the most interesting people in the world.
Yeah.
And this show has helped me refine my purpose and
Yeah.
meaning in life.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's cool, dude. Like, I mean, how much perspective you get. Like, dude, I see some of the people on your show, and I'm like, some of these guys are like some characters, bro.
Yeah.
Some people out there, I'm like, what the fuck is going on in their
Yeah.
mind?
Well, I've had the top numerologists, the top
Yeah.
channelers, the top businessmen, all sorts of people, the top athletes.
Yeah.
You know? And then I get to see their perspective on life.
Yeah. How has that like shifted you? I'm curious, like how, you're doing the podcast.
I know.
Yeah. But like, how is that? Like, it's so curious, right? Like when you see so many different personalities, I mean, you probably had what, over 1,000 people?
1,700.
Yeah. Like 1,700 whole new personalities. And like, you don't just find like a Joe Schmo that comes onto this podcast, right?
Right.
Like you're somebody that has like your own.
The Tri-Light from Therasage is no joke. Medical grade red and near infrared light with 3 frequencies per light. Deep healing, real results, and totally portable. It's legit. Photo biomodulation tech in a flexible on-body panel. This is the Tri-Light from Therasage and it's next level red light therapy. It's got 118 high-powered polychromatic lights, each delivering 3 healing frequencies, red and near infrared from 580 to 980 nanometers. It's sleek, portable, and honestly, I don't go anywhere without it.
Thought, your own creativity if you come on the show. So like with 1,700 different types of personalities, like how has that like shaped you from like before you started to where you're at now?
It's caused me to be a lot less judgmental.
Mhm.
Growing up, I used to judge heavily.
Yeah.
I think I learned it in like public school just to like judge people based off how they look, how they talk, how they think, their hobbies, their activities, if they're a nerd or whatever, if they're an athlete. So it's caused me to be way more open-minded. It's caused me to really value authenticity also. Because
Mhm.
like if you're the best chess player in the world, I have to respect that. Like some people might call you a nerd or whatever and downgrade that, but that takes a lot of skill to become that level, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just shifted my whole mindset, dude. Like also when I started the show, it was all about money, if I'm being honest. It was a business show at first. All the best marketers in the world. That's when I invited you on because you were killing it in business. And that got boring, dude. Just talking about money and business all day.
Mhm.
So now it's shifted into just like really interesting and purposeful conversations.
Mhm. Nice, man. I
Yeah.
love that.
It's been fun, dude.
Yeah.
It's been real fun.
Nice.
Yeah. Business was the main thing for like 26 years of my life, making money. And now it's not. So it's an interesting shift. It's all from the podcast.
Yeah. Nice. I love that.
Yeah. But it sounds like you're on a similar thing too.
Yeah. We're pushing to expansion, man. We have a big mission. We got big purposes. We want to help a lot of people. And I mean, we're doing it.
Yeah. Talk to everyone about the product that aren't familiar with it, I guess.
Yeah. So in January, I launched Better Life Financial Group, and it's a Medicare distribution organization. So basically what we do is we help deliver solutions for senior citizens with their health care and getting them into the best product or best plan with the carrier. So the cool thing about Medicare is that, it's federally funded. It's backed by the government. They basically subsidize and privatize the insurance and they pay the carriers directly. So big major carriers, like Humana, United Healthcare, Aetna, Cigna. So just big carriers. Essentially what we do is we just broker the Medicare beneficiaries directly with the carriers. And the greatest thing that, when you talk about a valuation standpoint and what's really important for salespeople is the recurring revenue.
Right.
So like the way that it works is just, for like a sales rep that's inside of my company, right? If you think about like a typical salesperson, You've done sales before?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like you have a typical salesperson, let's say it's like a high ticket closer or life insurance or solar. If they make $70,000 in a year selling a product, where do they start at the beginning of the next year?
0.
That's right. And that's typically every single sales job. And so it's this perpetual hamster wheel of chasing money and never being able to get off of it.
Right.
Versus in the Medicare space, if you make $60,000 in your first year or $70,000, whatever number you make in your first year, the following year, everything that you made now kicks in as a renewal. And so you're starting your second year off with that $60,000 as your starting line.
Wow.
So then if you go ahead and go into production again and you sell the same $60,000, assuming you make no improvement, your skill sets didn't increase, you didn't get any better at all, and you just continue selling and you make another $60,000 in your second year, you now enter into your third year with about $120,000 as your basis. And so every single year, the residuals just continue to compound. So it's not like typical sales where you always have to go and hunt and chase that next commission, find out who's my next customer. You simply just get to make money residually on a customer for as long as they stay on the books until, whether they pass away, whether they switch plans, whether whatever happens, you just get to continuously stack this compounding wealth for yourself where and if you think about residual income, you're a real estate investor?
I own a house, so I guess technically.
Okay. Okay, cool. So individuals that are investing into wanting cash flow, right? A good investment, something that's like class A or high class B, if you invest $1 million of your own cash, you would get about a 6% net on your money. So you invest $1 million and you get about $60,000 a year. But in this space, right, if you go and just work for a year, it's very easy to make $60,000. The equivalent of that is investing $1 million into real estate in terms of the cash flow. But the thing is, it's in order to invest $1 million into real estate, you got to make about $2 million because you got taxes and you got lifestyle, right? So if you have $2 million worth of income, you spend 30% of that on taxes, $600K, you're at $1.4 million. But then I don't know anyone who makes $2 million and then keeps their living expenses lower. Typically you increase your expenses when you make more money. So it's somebody can make the equivalent of about $2 million of real estate investment by just working about a year or 7 to 8 months inside of this Medicare space, and then just continue to build this compounding wealth pretty much for the rest of their life.
Wow. That's pretty nuts.
It's pretty freaking nuts. And I've never found anything like it.
Yeah, I've never heard of a system like that.
No, and that's why, when I sold the last company and then I had this lull, I wanted to be super intentional about what it was that I built. And so while I was looking at a bunch of different industries on what it was that I was going to do, I ran into this guy because you asked me this question earlier, how'd I find it? I ran into this guy who sold Medicare. He tried to explain to me how the revenues work and didn't make any sense. And I was like, you know what, forget this. 2 months later, I ran into this other guy and he also said he did Medicare. And I was like, I'm 28 years old at this time, and I've never heard of this Medicare thing in my entire life. And in a 2-month span, while I'm searching for what's my next thing, 2 different people tell me that they both do Medicare. I'm like, okay, this is a sign from God. Let me just look into this, because for 28 years I never hear it, but in a 2-month span, 2 different people tell me about it. Second guy explains it to me a little bit better. I spend probably 4 to 5 months of deep investigation, send it to my family office, send it to my attorneys. They're doing SWOT analysis on the whole thing. And they tell me what the threats are, they tell me what the opportunities are. And the opportunity far outweighed the threats.
Wow.
And then it was just okay, yeah, this is the thing that we're doing. And so we launched in January. We closed our 10,000th customer in our first 72 days of operation. And just 4 days ago, we crossed 30,000 customers.
Holy crap.
Since starting the business, yeah.
And what's the average LTV of a customer?
About $1,100.
Wow. And you did 30,000? I can't even do the math on that.
That's $33 million
in three years? Or
over a 3-year span, yeah.
Wow. So 10 million a year.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah,
that's recurring. That's the crazy part.
That's right. We'll do probably around 17 million this year, our first year. Yeah, we've done about a little bit over 5 million so far, and we have AEP, which is a big chunk in the last quarter of the year. So we'll probably bump up to about 17 million in our first year.
And because of the MRR on that, your valuation is 10x, right?
That's right. Yeah,
so you're a 9-figure company already.
Yeah, next year. Well, right now we're probably worth about 45 mil, but next year we'll definitely be $100 million company.
That's insane to build that in 3 years.
Yeah. It's the multiples, right? It's
Yeah.
it's when you have monthly recurring revenue, you're getting over 12
I hope you guys are enjoying the show. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the show a lot with the algorithm. Thank you.
X multiple on your EBITDA.
Mm-hmm. And that's what I'm trying to figure out with this podcast, how to get some MRR
Yeah.
to increase the valuation.
Yeah.
So I need to brainstorm that, but I know it helps by like 10x, right?
It's ridiculous. I mean, like, if you have a single, it depends on kind of what industry that you're in, but like, typical, you're looking at like 5 to 8x on multiples if you don't have MRR. But when you get the MRR in, I mean, you can add anywhere from like 4 to 12x on your multiple.
That's incredible. Are you using any AI within this company?
We're not.
You're not?
No.
To find leads? Or?
No, we're not. And I was at acquisition.com a few days ago, and and it's actually really funny. So I've been like telling my COO, I'm like, hey, dude, like, we need to get AI in this. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's repetitive. We need to get AI. We need to get AI. We need to get AI. And I went and asked this one guy who was like one of their trainers there.
Yeah.
He specializes in AI. And I asked him, like, dude, like, I keep telling my ops guy to, bring in AI to solve this problem. And instead he just keeps hiring people. And he said, something that's really cool. He says, when your skill set, he goes, when you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. So someone who's focused on sales and marketing, they want to solve every problem using sales and marketing. Someone who's operations, they want to solve every problem using people. Someone who specializes in finance, they want to somehow use finance to be able to solve the problems in the business, which is a really cool takeaway that I got, because like the problem that you have is typically not in the skill set that you carry. And so what I learned is like, I'm asking the wrong person to implement something.
Wow. That's actually profound.
Yeah, it's very simple.
It's simple, but I never even thought of it that way.
Yeah, I'm asking somebody whose focus is like he's responsible for a lot of people, and he knows how to lead and manage people and build people. And so he's trying to solve our problems with people. So he pretty much said, he's like, just go to Upwork and find some AI automation engineers, have them take a look in your entire business, give you scope of works, and then find the best one. And like, what's really, was really like cool about not cool, something that he brought up to me is like, you're asking somebody who doesn't know much about AI to come and find out how to implement it, when most people who are implementers of AI still suck at using AI. And most people don't really know it.
Right.
So no, we're not using it, but we definitely like are putting a big emphasis on it moving forward. We've been trying to.
That could be a 7-8 figure stream for you.
Definitely.
If you do some cold email with some AI, like lead sourcing. Yeah. Because you could use AI to find all the leads above 65.
Yeah.
And get their email.
Yeah.
And then run cold email campaigns or cold calls.
Yeah.
Definitely. So how are you getting leads right now? Is it all paid ads?
Yeah. So we run paid ads, and we have outbound, like one-to-one consent, outbound live transfer. So all of our sales agents, they don't have to like, spend all day dialing hundreds and hundreds of leads.
Got it.
Everything's 100% inbound.
Really?
Yeah. So basically, like if you come and work for my company, this is how it works. You pull out your laptop or you go on your computer, flip it open, log into our dialer system, and then you hit available on the queue. And within 37 seconds, you'll have somebody calling you to purchase your product.
Wow.
You go through a script. At the end of a 45-minute call, you get a verbal consent that they'd like to enroll in the plan. They agree to enroll in the plan. You hit submit, and the deal is done. So you're not collecting credit card information. You're not collecting bank account information. They don't have to sign a contract. You don't have to get a social security number. So when we talk about, like I said, I was looking for a really long time on what's the next thing. I wanted to find something that didn't have friction. And when you take out all of those things, you remove a lot of sales resistance, right? Like, because the product doesn't cost them anything. I'm not asking you for your social. I'm not asking you for banking. You don't have to pay for it. And if all I have to do is just get a verbal yes that you want to do this, then fuck yeah, let's run it. So for our salespeople, opportunity is super simple. I mean, we have sales agents that are closing over 10 a day. And they can work anywhere on the planet. All you need is a computer and some Wi-Fi. And then within 36 seconds, a call is going to be coming in for somebody that wants to own your product.
Dude, that's incredible. I was literally writing down the word friction as you said it. Yeah. Like there's no friction to this.
No, we take out all of the friction. It's friction for the salespeople, friction for the customer, friction for the way that the leads come in. Like one of the biggest mistakes that I find like a lot of organizations do is they take salespeople and they try and make them marketers. So like in door to door, people aren't really, when they're going out knocking on doors, they're not doing sales. Like door to door is actually marketing. Sales is actually when you're inside of the meeting and, dialoguing with them, showing them, the presentation, showing them the product, benefits, features, et cetera. That's sales. But what a lot of companies do is they try and take salespeople who should just be in front of a qualified person selling them, and they get them to do marketing. So like if you look at like life insurance, for example, they have all these great salespeople and all they're doing is outbound dialing or trying to find a way to get a lead. So you're putting someone whose skill set isn't marketing and you're trying to get them to do marketing. So we just basically took all of that out of the equation. We as a company, we cover all of the lead costs. We're spending like $450K a month right now on leads so that our sales agents can focus on what they're best on, which is closing customers.
That's amazing, man. Well, how was the acquisition workshop? I know a lot of people that have been to that.
It was really good. Yeah, I mean, it's solid. Like, you know, definitely learned like a few things. What's really cool is that like, you know, I sold my last company and what that gave me a lot of validation for is like what we're doing now in Better Life is that we're doing a lot of the right things. So there wasn't anything that like I necessarily was like, wow, this is like absolutely so huge. But I got, several different like 2-degree shifts that I got to make in several different departments. And those little shifts will create massive, massive impact.
Yeah.
So anyone that's like looking to like find out how you create enterprise value in your business, and if you want to find out how you build it so you can sell it, not necessarily so that you should sell it, but set your business up in a way where you're excited to sell it, someone's excited to buy it. That way, you know, if that's set up for you, you're going to be excited about staying in the business. If you want to learn how to do that, it's definitely the place to go.
Yeah. Yeah. I know you're big on events and mentorship, right? You got some pretty good mentors too.
Yeah. I mean, dude, it's like you have to, you know, I took this piece of advice from a really young age and it stuck with me is like, you know, you don't take advice from people who you wouldn't want to trade places with. Cause like, you know, a lot of people who want to be in a relationship, they take advice from their single friends. You know, people who want to be rich, listen to their broke uncle. People who, people who want to get fit, they go and get advice from people who aren't fit. So you always just go to people who know what you're doing and who know what they're doing. And so, yeah, I've always been big on mentors. I've got a few billionaire mentors right now. And yeah, like you have to get access to good information. They help you avoid pitfalls. Cause like in chess, right? You can make 20 good moves, but then you make one mistake, one blunder, and you fucking lose the whole entire game. The whole game. It's the same thing in business. In business, it's not necessarily about like always making the right moves. It's about how do I avoid mistakes? How do I avoid pitfalls?
Right.
Same exact thing.
What's been the biggest mistakes and pitfalls for you recently?
Recently?
Yeah.
You know, it's one that I like have faced a couple times, and like I guess I'm not like 100% on it. I thought I learned it before, but it's cutting faster. Like we have some people that, not anymore, but we had some people who like, you know, they were just creating friction and like just not being culturally integrated with the business, and just not cutting them sooner. And sometimes it's one of the hardest things because sometimes you really like a person, but if they're just not a good fit for your culture, then that's just it. So I would say like, you know, not cutting sooner.
That's something I struggle with too, dude. So bad.
Yeah. You love people.
Dude, yeah, I just hate being the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know, like, I wonder if the fix is to like hire someone to do that.
HR.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it becomes corporate-y.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but like, you know, you're building a business.
Yeah.
It's not a hobby.
Do you have HR with your?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, now we have HR.
Yeah, I feel like once you get to your level, you kind of need it.
Yeah, because like, dude, I don't want to be the person that's going and firing people.
Yeah.
I'd rather have HR do it.
I know, I feel that. But at the same time, it's like they lose respect because you didn't like give them the heads up. You know?
Yeah, I get it. I know.
I don't know.
But dude, it's like, it's business.
Yeah.
You know Brandon Dawson.
Yeah.
So, you know, he has this one quote that's really great. And it says like, the only place for emotion in business is celebration.
Wow. Celebration. That's deep.
Yeah. It's the only time you should add emotion into it. Otherwise it's business.
So you're really cutthroat?
People would say that.
So like if someone messes up, you don't get angry?
Well, I mean, I try and coach them through it. And then if like they keep messing up, then it's like, okay, what are you not understanding about this thing? And then finding out, is it an alignment issue? Is it that you just don't want to do this? Or is it that you've already been checked out for the last 3 months, but you don't have the balls to quit?
Right. Fair enough. Yeah, I value honesty personally. My leadership style is very upfront.
Yeah.
I think that's the way to do it.
Well, it's easier. It's easier to be upfront. It's easier to be direct, right? Like you get through, like people who aren't direct just waste time.
Agreed.
Just waste time. And dude, like we don't have time to waste. We got to act with urgency.
Facts. So many people beat around the bush, dude.
Yeah.
It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what that is.
Yeah. And look, like, you know, it sometimes offends people, but you know, I have a responsibility to the tens of thousands of people that we're going to impact that come and work within our organization and to the millions of Medicare consumers that are out there. And so like my responsibility to serve and impact is far greater than Joe's emotions and how Joe feels about me calling him out on some bullshit. Like what's more value? Like what, you know, if you're on a podcast and, you know, you want to confront somebody or one of your employees about something, and, you know, cause that's going to go and impact how you're going to help millions of people by listening to your show. Like what's more important, the millions of people getting your message or the one employee's feelings?
Millions of people.
Absolutely.
You got to see the greater good, right?
It's all about the greater good.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you got to make tough calls and you got to have tough conversations, but those tough conversations that you're avoiding are oftentimes the thing that is preventing you from getting to the next level.
Damn, that's deep. Yeah, I used to really avoid tough conversations. I've gotten a little better.
Yeah.
Because you have to, right?
Yeah.
It's going to put your business behind if you don't have those.
Yeah.
But I think behind every successful business, there's some tough conversations.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially between partners. Like, I don't know if you have business partners in this endeavor, but you got to really be aligned with that person.
Yeah. Well, it's also this one like thing, right? Like if you and a person have a problem, like you got to make sure that like, it's not like, you know, let's say we're business partners. It's not like Mo versus Sean. Like you have to come into the frame of like, okay, cool. The problem is right here. Let's both look at the problem, find out what the problem is, and then handle the problem. It's typically not like a me versus you thing. It's usually just something else that's there. So you have to sometimes like understand like, okay, like am I having an issue with like the actual person or am I having an issue with something else and that person is just not solving it properly? And then just having dialogue about like, what's that thing? Usually it's just something else. So like you wouldn't be the problem. It's most likely there's like this triangle, right? This pyramid. That's the problem. And we got to work together to solve that thing.
Right. Some people take it personally, right?
Definitely.
When it's a problem, like we're trying to be objective about.
Yeah. But if like you and your partners are aligned on like, what's the intention of the business? And like, as long as we're focused on getting to the goal of that business, then we know that it's not personal. We know that like, if you're confronting me, like I get confronted by my team all the time. I'm like, hey, like you didn't do this thing right. You dropped the ball here. And some people are afraid to talk to their CEO or
Most
their
people,
senior.
I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. But my team is open to communicating with me because I give them permission. Like, guys, I don't care to be right. I care to actually hit our goals. That's what I care more about. And so my team understands that they can come to me and communicate with me about anything that they see wrong because it's not about being right. It's not an ego thing where like, I'm going to feel sad if I do something wrong.
Yeah.
Like it's not an ego thing. My goal is to go and impact millions of lives. And if we can keep that as the focus, then we're allowed to offend.
That's an impressive mindset. That's a leader.
Thanks, man.
A lot of leaders lead by fear.
Yeah, no.
And then their employees don't ever confront them. They don't call them out. They got a bunch of yes men around them just following orders.
Yeah, but I think it's better to be feared than to be liked.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
Because like people have to understand that there's a threat in the environment.
But then they're always on edge.
Yeah.
You think that's a good thing?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, what if there's no threat in the environment? There's no accountability in the environment.
They won't work as hard.
That's right. People can just go around and like do whatever the hell they want inside of your business and no one's going to hold them accountable. No one's going to call them out on their shit. And what's going to happen to the business if people aren't held accountable?
Yeah, I can see that argument.
Yeah, it'll deteriorate.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you want to have high standards, you need to understand that there should be a threat in the environment.
Do you think there should be a little element of fear?
For sure.
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, I do see the other side where everyone's just dazing around if there's no fear.
Yeah. Like what kind of culture is that? Like, right? Like we're hiring a lot of people. So somebody walks into my office and there's just a bunch of people that are like dicking around, not really doing work. What does that say about the culture that's inside of the office? Are they really serious about the goals that they have? Like we talk about this mission that we have. Are we really that serious about that mission if they walk into the office and everyone's just like doing their own thing? Half the people are on calls, half the people are not on calls, messing around on social media, not actually being productive. How serious are we about our goals if that's the case?
Right.
And what's it say about your culture?
Yeah, it's a bad example.
Absolutely.
I know you mentioned depression earlier. How's your mental health these days? Any anxiety or depression anymore?
No.
All gone?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Even anxiety doesn't creep up anymore?
No.
Really?
No.
How did you, I guess, totally get rid of it?
Well, the thing is that like I've survived everything that I've ever experienced. And so has pretty much everybody else, right? Like anxiety is just like, it's delaying any type of like happiness that you should have right now because you're scared that something is going to happen in the future when there's like a 98% chance that it won't happen. And so like the biggest thing that like, I teach my team about this is like every single hard thing that you've ever experienced in your life, everything that you never thought you were going to get through, whether it was you're 5 years old and you forgot your backpack at home and you're worried about what the teacher is going to do because you forgot, green eggs and ham. Or you're 10 years old and you didn't do your homework and you show up and they're checking the homework and you're scared shitless thinking, oh my God, something awful is going to happen. Or you're 15 years old and you have your first breakup and you're absolutely heartbroken thinking you're never going to find somebody again. How am I going to survive? How am I going to get through this? To a time when you get, a ticket, to a time that you take on debt, to a time that some business partner screws you over, to some time that anything. Every single hard thing that you've ever experienced in your life, unless you died, you've been able to overcome. And so I have a track record of the last 30 years of my life that I've been alive, because I'm alive, right? I'm not dead right now, right? You got some pulse. Because I'm alive right now, it's an indication that every single thing I've ever experienced historically, I've been able to overcome. So no matter how hard the thing is that's going to come in front of me, why am I going to worry about it when I have a proven track record of 30 years that I've overcome every single thing that I've ever experienced? And how old are you?
28.
Yeah, for 28 years, you have a 28-year track record of overcoming every single thing that you've ever experienced, and you survived it. And in moments when you were like, how the fuck am I going to get past this?
There's been sometimes I thought I was going to die.
Yeah. And you've overcome, right? So you got a good track record, right? Like 28 times 365. How many days of success is that?
Right.
It's like a lot. That's probably 10,000 days of success.
I love that way of looking at things.
Yeah. So like, I don't have anxiety because like, I know I'm going to get through it because, and the worst case is like I die, right? Like, whatever. God knows where I go after that.
Everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
I used to have crippling anxiety.
Yeah.
And looking back on it now, I caused it to myself, dude, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like it was all in my own head.
Yeah.
Like I don't really get it anymore. Sometimes I feel like a little creeping up of it, but I have it under control now.
Yeah.
Like I could prevent it from like fully happening.
Let me ask you, when that anxiety was like creeping in, were you like not in production? Were you more like lazy, slower, not really working as hard, not doing a lot?
Somewhat, yeah. It'd be like a lawsuit comes up or like maybe a health issue, something like that, where I didn't feel like I was in control, I guess.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, so I would feel it creeping up, but I'm at the point now where I would never get a panic attack, knock on wood. Like before, I would get those all the time.
Yeah.
Because I just have way better mental fortitude.
Yeah. Nice.
I think you can develop techniques to really prevent it for the most part.
Yeah. And also to be able to differentiate, right? Like, is this me actually thinking it, or is this just a thought that goes through my head? Right? Like thoughts, you have your mind, right? And then sometimes there's a thought that comes in and it's like kind of like just goes along the river. And like, if you can just like pull back and look at it and be like, okay, cool. This is the thought that just came in right now. Like, all right, cool. Let this thought go past this river. Do I agree with that thought? Does that thought serve me? Does that thought make me better? Does it make me worse? Oh, it makes me worse. Okay, cool. I'm just going to throw that thought away and like, just don't validate it.
Yeah. Because a lot of people get negative thoughts.
And they validate them.
Right.
And then they start to think like, oh, this is me. It's not you. Like go in the sun, go get some, go drink some water, take some vitamins, hit the gym. You'll probably start feeling a little bit better.
Changing my physical health helped my mental health a lot.
A lot.
Like a stupid amount.
Yeah. I
had a lot of mental health issues when I was the worst physically in shape. I think there's a direct correlation, honestly.
I do. I definitely do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I lift like 5 times a week now.
Nice.
You have to, man.
Yeah.
Helps with your confidence too.
And you're crushing it on the court too.
Yeah. You play any ball?
I don't.
What do you play?
What do I play?
Business is a sport.
Business is the best sport. Business is the best sport. I played soccer my whole life.
Yeah.
I played soccer.
You don't play anymore though?
Dude, I try to. It's like sometimes just making the time.
Yeah.
So, but like, is it really a priority? But I do get to the gym, pretty much every single day.
You listen to audiobooks while you lift?
I was. Now I'm pretty much taking calls.
Calls while at the gym. That's savage, bro.
So I start my workouts with 20-minute incline, 15-degree, 3 miles per hour. I do calls then. And
is that the Stairmaster or the treadmill?
Treadmill.
Okay.
Yeah, 15-degree incline because that just shreds fat. And then I work out, and when I work out, I don't listen to anything, no music, nothing. I'm just like bare workout. And then the last 20 minutes of my workout, I also do that same treadmill. I do a mile at the beginning, a mile at the end, and on those miles, I'm just taking calls.
Wow.
Yeah.
You do a lot of cardio then.
Well, dude, I'm trying to fucking get a 6-pack.
Yeah. You don't have one yet?
I don't have a 6-pack.
We might have to do a little competition.
I'm like,
yeah. Whoever gets it first.
Deal. What do you got, 4?
Not even.
No?
We'll do some before photos after this. And then
I love that.
Whoever gets it first, loser has to pay for dinner or something.
Deal. Dad. I had Sushi Nico last night.
Bro, I used to go there every month when I moved here.
Yeah.
But now I know too much about parasites.
Oh,
Not to scare you, but
oh fuck.
yeah, I'll tell you later.
You're the one, you introduced me to Sushi Nico.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I took
Yeah,
you there.
yeah.
When I first moved to Vegas, I would go there all the time.
Yeah, dude. Every time we come to Vegas for events, I take my team
Bro,
there,
that
and they're
smells
like,
fire. Oh my God. You'll avocado roll.
yeah, it's incredible.
No,
So wait, you don't do sushi anymore?
No.
Really?
Like I might like once a year, but I know too much
You're kidding.
about parasites.
Did you do like that whole entire cleanse? Like
I do a cleanse every 3 months. I did do one last week because I had a parasite infection.
like the pills that you take and then you poop out the parasites.
Yeah, I've done that. I've seen like nasty shit.
Really?
Yeah.
And you do that? You do that every 3 months?
Yeah. Have you ever done a cleanse?
No. Can you plug
Bro,
me? Plug me.
I gotta plug
in.
you. You have
Yeah.
hella parasites right now. Not to scare you.
No. Like I tried like 3 times to like find somebody to do it, but like apparently you have to go through some like medical person. You can't just like.
Oh, maybe in Western medicine. Yeah. My girl's like Eastern. So it's
Okay.
holistic. It's all natural.
Got it.
I got you though.
Yeah.
After this.
Hook me up because dude, I want to poop some worms.
No, this guy's legit because he'll scan your body, show you
Okay.
photos of the worms that are in you with his scanner.
No way.
And then give you the things to.
Where's he at? Here in Vegas.
He's in Nashville.
So
Yeah.
do you fly there?
No, he does remote too.
How does he scan it from remote?
No fucking idea. Yeah. But he does it and it's so accurate
So
every
he
time.
scans you remote, and then you see worms in your body.
Yeah.
And then you take this stuff and you poop worms out.
Yeah. Dude, it's nuts. You'll feel amazing.
What's it
though.
like? 3, 4K, 5K?
It's like 500, 1,000.
Oh, that's not
Depends on what you need. Some people have tapeworms. Some people have like
Got it.
crazy.
So it's all
worms.
depending on like that's why you do the consultation, and it's based on.
Yeah.
That's not bad, bro.
No, he'll hook you up, man. Chris Motley, that's my guy.
And you feel better after taking that.
Way better.
No
Do you
way.
have brain fog?
No.
Okay, so you don't have that parasite.
But I take testosterone.
Okay.
So
What's your T level at?
now like 1,300.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's the highest I've ever heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just like
Well-
a little bit above like what I should be.
Dude, no, that's really high. I'm at 600.
Are you? Are
What
you
are you-
taking anything?
No.
Well, I'm taking testosterone. That's why I'm
Yeah.
at 1,300. But
Wait,
before
How old are you?
30.
You think you need it that young?
Dude, my T levels are below 300 without it.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Hormozy was at like 70 or something.
Dude, it's bad. Especially in America. I mean, dude, our stuff is fucked.
Yeah.
All of our stuff. This water right here is
Microplastics.
This is ruining my testosterone as I drink it. You got the glass bottle
Yeah, I
over
should
there.
have gave you one of these.
Yeah.
My bad. Damn, 300's low though. Okay, I could see that.
Yeah,
It affects your energy levels.
everything.
So now you're 4 times higher than that.
Dude, I feel incredible.
So when you built that solar empire, you were at 300?
Yeah, and then I was training with a trainer, and we trained for 3 months, and we were doing, you know, the in-bodies where they scan.
Yeah.
I was doing the in-bodies, and I wasn't having any progress. And then he was like, dude, he's like, dude, you need to go check your test levels. He's like, 'cause I'm training you hard as hell. You're eating clean, but you're not making any progress. And I went and I, got my blood levels checked. I was below 300. And then the doctor was like, dude, you need to get on this T. And then immediately, like, I started doing way better in the gym, immediately had changes in my body. But then like, I was way more aggressive in business, which was awesome.
Interesting.
Like the mental effects that I get from taking TRT is incredible. Like focus, drive, energy, happiness,
Wow.
creative thinking, the ability to confront also, it like goes higher. Free thought is much higher. There's a study that just came out a few days ago that said like men with higher testosterone are less influenced by other individuals, and they stick more to their own thoughts and beliefs.
Wow. Yeah, they say it's as a man, it's one of the most important metrics to measure.
Yeah. And then you were just with Julian, right? Like I saw,
Yeah.
like I get my tea with him. Like
Oh,
over
nice.
time. Yeah. Yeah. They do. They have great products.
Julian Beccaro, right?
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in
Yeah. No,
Tampa.
yeah.
Yeah.
They've got great products at OT Men's. What is it? Yeah. He was bringing up how like, there's a 50% decrease in the testosterone over the last 30 years.
Jesus. Yeah, I think the average T levels of a 20-year-old is the equivalent to 70-year-olds from our grandparents'
Dude,
generation.
it's awful.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's your driving force as a male.
It's nuts.
It's your driving
That's
force.
why the fertility rates are down, the birth rates are down.
Yeah, but dude, it's designed like that, right? Like the government wants control over people, and they want people to not have free thought, and they want to be able to, if somebody has free thought, then they start questioning things,
Yeah.
and they don't want people to question things. They want to be able to control everything, control all the dialogue, control the information, and control people.
Do you have a minimum T level for people you hire?
No, but when they join my company, their T levels just happen to go up.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if there's some companies in the future that require like a certain T level.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Probably like Andy Elliott's company probably has some of that.
You need a 6-pack for that, right?
Yeah.
That's actually insane. There's less millionaires or what was it? Less people that have a 6-pack than millionaires in the world.
Yeah. And here's one thing is like 95% of people above the age of 30 will never do a sprint again.
I saw that. Brecca told me that.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy,
Yeah.
dude. Like I can't believe it's that high.
Yeah.
95%.
Yeah.
And 30 is not even that old.
No, dude, I feel young as fuck. I do not feel like my body age is like 30, but dude, I do not feel 30. I
You can
feel
measure your biological age.
I saw that. Like there's like the finger prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm 28, but I'm technically 24, I guess.
Yeah. Dude, I feel like I'm like 16. I feel so young.
I mean, with a 1300 testosterone,
Yeah.
you're probably 16, bro. That's great. Well, dude, where can people work with you and learn from you and watch your stuff?
Yeah, I mean, on Instagram, you follow me at Falah the Leader. My last name, Falah, the Leader. And then on my website, we've got join.teamblfg.com. If you want to like come in and work with us, come be part of our internal company, you can go there, or you can go to residualempires.com. That's where we actually train people on how they can build Medicare agencies just like ours. You can utilize all of our resources, all of our tools, back-end teams, staff, department, and we essentially just help you get your business up and off the ground and then provide you continuous mentorship, plug it into our ecosystem, and we build this massive, massive network of Medicare agencies before we go and take it to private equity and sell it for hundreds of millions of dollars.
I love them, man. Check them out, guys. That was an awesome episode.